not only in Ghana, but in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. Producers always claim not to be getting enough. How do we rectify this?
I think
Yes.
there are a few artists that don't think producers are that big or that important. I think they just see them as, they're just doing a beat, and the real thing of the song is my vocals and what I say. So I think there are some artists that don't take that producer seriously, but they forget that really and truly it's the beat.
Yeah, that makes
It's the beat
record.
that makes it.
And, we've seen the likes of Skepta on social media saying that artists need to watch, their come-ups.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't imagine that things that you were getting involved with could block some of the future blessings.
You're listening to Adeshokwe Live, the Afrobeats Podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Adeshokwe Live, the official Afrobeats Podcast. Every single week shot here at the Afromedia Studios in London. You know what it is, man. Please keep sharing, liking, commenting. We appreciate it. We hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. That's amazing. Little wins. So please keep subscribing and sharing the content. We appreciate every single support coming our way. You can catch it anywhere on Apple, Soundcloud, Spotify, YouTube. The list goes on, including Deezer. We actually got on Deezer a couple of days ago. And if you're in the UK, you can also catch us on Yanga TV. That's on Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. live, and on Mondays at 7 p.m. on Sky 186 and Freeview 171. Now, this is where we break down the hot topics of the week within the Afropop culture and beyond. And I'm always joined in the studio by a guest to help break it down. This is a returnee, the iconic and legendary commentator.
3 times a charm. 3 is the magic number.
She goes by the name Ayo Mori. She's a PR and media specialist. How are you doing, my dear sister?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me back.
Listen,
again.
man, it looks like, the bags increased recently, man. I see the
You guys,
hairstyle
Shotty pays
shining.
my salary, or he pays my salary, so whatever I get is from his pocket.
Listen, man, it's always a pleasure to get you back. We enjoy your commentary, and a lot of
Thank
people
you.
do too. So
Thank
hopefully
you.
we've got some very juicy topics for you to get, your teeth into. Some of the headlines we'll be looking at today. The Afrobeat superstar Davido seen holding hands with a stunning model in St. Martin's, I think it is. Black celebrities worldwide speak up in support of the LGBTQ in Ghana. Of course, Golden Globes winners Daniel Kaluuya and John Boyega, as well as Viola Davis' outfit. And we look at the Harry and Meghan Markle debacle a little bit deeper. You like that one?
Hashtag Markle debacle.
So let's get into it, man. We'll be starting in Ghana, where for the second week in a row, the row about the closure of the LGBT support center in Ghana by the government rages on. So if you haven't been following the story, it's very simple. It all started as an office opened in support of the LGBTQ community in Ghana was shut by the government officials, as it was reported that it's illegal in Ghana and many other African countries to be gay or lesbian. The president also was seen stating that legalizing homosexuality will not happen under his government. Well, since the closure, Ghanaian celebrities such as Juliet Ibrahim and others, Juliet Ibrahim, who was scathing in her criticism of the government for their stance. Following the uproar and the president's defiant stance, black celebrities such as Naomi Campbell and Idris Elba signed an open letter to the Ghanaian government tagged #Ghana supports equality. And amongst the letter's 67 signatories are British Vogue editor-in-chief Edward Enninfo, Netflix chief marketing officer Bozoma St. John, and Virgil Abloh, who is the chief executive officer at Off-White and artistic director at Louis Vuitton. It reads in quote, "To our Ghanaian LGBTQ plus family, we see you and we hear you. We are in awe of your strength, your bravery, and your audacity to be true to who you are, even when it's dangerous to do so," end quote. The letter reads more, and it says, "You are loved, you are important, and you deserve a safe place to gather in your shared experience." They then called on Akufo-Addo, the president of Ghana, as well as political and cultural leaders, to engage in a meaningful and purposeful dialogue with the community so as to create a pathway for allyship, protection, and support. Now, this story is one that is currently boiling hot in Ghana, but it's also a topic that has been discussed across Africa. This center was launched to provide a safe haven for members of the LGBTQ society who have been persecuted, abused, attacked, and just to give them a place where they can be heard and taken care of and feel a part of the community. But it looks like the government officials are not standing for it. What are your thoughts about this story so far?
I mean, I think it's still a big shame that in 2021 it's still illegal to be part of the LGBTQ community. I think things have changed. Like, when you just think about it now, I know back in the day people kind of uneducated and kind of comes from the Bible and all of these things, but I feel like now gay or lesbian, it doesn't affect you as a person. If I see a gay couple, and I love, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? And if you were saying that building was there to kind of protect and look after them, those that are being abused, what's the difference between them and, let's say, women who are raped, or women or sexual molesters, or men who, do you know what I mean? They're human, so they need to be protected. And I think people forget that you need to see people as human first, before their race, before their gender, before their nationality, sexuality. They're human first, and no human should have their right of life taken away from them. Being said that, if they need to be protected, there should be a place safe for them. And I just think that it's a shame of Ghana. Ghana's like it's a peaceful country, and we're doing that, and it's a big shame. And I really hope there's change. The funny thing is,
about a week ago, I was speaking about Ghana's strides in when it comes to tourism and how they've gotten one over every African country in being that country that opens its doors to the public and welcomes people home, and how they've done so well in promoting Ghana to the rest of the world. This has, in the last couple of weeks, has become that big story that might just slightly be a chink in the armor, or a little dent in that credibility, especially when there were visuals of the president, speaking firmly in front of an audience that applauded his stance, saying that not under his regime would homosexuality be legalized in Ghana. And it comes to, it comes back to this, just as you said, every human being has a right to enjoy life, peace and quiet, without being disturbed, tortured, attacked, persecuted for being who they are, as long as they are walking, within the confines of the law and they're not attacking anybody. And in Africa, this is a big problem. Not only in Ghana, in Nigeria, we've seen members of the LGBTQ community that have spoken out on social media, within the entertainment industry. I think if you look into the Western community and if you look into Europe and the United States of America, one of the ways that there has been power to the voices of the LGBTQ community has been, entertainers and people in power that are members of this community have spoken up and spoken out in support and to help to change and turn the tide in their favor, to allow them just the same rights that everybody else enjoys. Perhaps it's time that in Africa, we have a lot more of those people to start speaking up.
In Africa, they've got a lot more things to focus on than before the LGBT. We need to understand why everyone's corrupt, and we need to understand why people don't have good education, good healthcare, and all that.
Yeah, but the LGBTQ are normal human beings. Now, if they want they just want a chance to survive.
But that's what I'm saying, that there's so many more things to concentrate on than focusing on what the
disturbing them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They've got more things. There's bigger fish. There's a lot of things to go. Absolutely. We could start talking about Nigeria and we'll be here tomorrow. There's more things to focus on than whether someone's gay or not. At the end of the day, they're not causing any. And you know what? The gay community, they're bringing a lot of money. That industry, if the like Ghana with their tourism, the gay community, they bring in a lot of money. BBC 3 is coming back on national TV because of UK Drag Race. And I know you always look at Drag Race, but
my
Drag
daughter
Race
loves
it.
that.
Shout out to the drag queens. Because of UK Drag Race, season 2, because of that show, BBC 3 is coming back on TV.
No, it's been big. It's been big.
It's come back on TV.
It's huge.
When people make music for the drag scene, The music makes billions of streams in a day.
So just like the stripper scene that the hip hop artists have targeted, so the drag scene has also
that's
become
why some
a very
artists
strong...
do music for like the LGBT community, because they know that they will make money.
Support.
If Ghana had, like, let's just say an LGBT club, everybody, that will rack in a lot of money.
And that will be where the big celebrities will go
and
to. Because for some reason, celebrities feel comfortable within
someone like Naomi Campbell can go there and she'll want to go to the gay club because the Met. Do you understand?
Yeah,
so
she'll feel comfortable there.
Everyone should just have a right to life and enjoy their life as long as they're not doing anything as a detriment. Let people live how they live, because it genuinely does not affect you as a person. Seeing two men kiss or seeing two women profess their love will not affect you in any shape or form.
And I think one of the other ways that helped, people like myself, to, apart from education and whatever, it's just to look at it as simply as this: if a black person is fighting for the rights to be treated as a human being and not be looked down on just because of the color of my skin, then why can't somebody else not ask for the same rights, just to love each other regardless of their...
You can't help who you love.
Yeah, just if you want freedom for ourselves, then you got to ask for freedom for other people too. Let everybody be on the same equal pegging and everybody be respected. They're doing their own thing. Nobody's disrespecting anybody. Yeah. And I think, Africa has a lot to learn in that aspect. We need to find ways to really educate the young people, educate members of, of
I think it's educating the older people though. The younger people, everything's on the internet for us. We know we're more accepting. It's the older people.
The funny thing is, Juliet Ibrahim, when she came out slamming the government, she said, you guys need to be careful, or else I'll release a couple of names of political office holders that are members of the gay LGBT community. Let me say something
now. I'm trying to be very calm today, but those that complain the most are the ones that are down low. Those that complain, especially men. We've complained about men on this show before. Men that have such big homophobia, you go to their house, they'll be the ones calling Bob Risky all the time. So I'm just saying. So
they're basically, they're
DLs, a lot of them, because they're insecure that they can't come out. So what do? They transfer that aggression and they attack. But then when you go and touch their leg, they will be excited. So just be quiet. It's, you know what I mean? It's people that do that. It's when people it's like, for example, I hate this, I hate that, but really and truly, I really like it. I'm just shy to. It's like, it's like me just being, let's say, I don't want to ever date a white guy, white people, and then you see me married to a white person. I know some women that are like really black power, and they're really, and then you see who the husband are and they're white, and it's just like, okay, so what are you?
Well, since you brought that in, how about this question that people say that you can't really be black power and profess love for self, culture, and blackness, but date and marry outside of your race?
You people are gonna drag me. I don't agree with it.
Is it?
Talk
to me.
It might be contradicting in terms of you love who you love, but I just find it. Because there's someone that I won't say the name, but there's a person in particular that I follow that she can sit her whole day slating white men and they're terrible and the white people and this and da-da-da-da-da-da. And her husband and her child is white, and
so why is she saying
mixed
that?
Race. So and when
she's probably just saying it for clout.
No. We mentioned her name today before we came on.
Is it?
So, one of those three. One of those three.
Wow.
So, and I remember when it came out, everybody was like, "So all of this noise you're doing." And you have a child of white. Like, I just think I'm not saying hate, but if you're so against, it's like just me saying I'm so against Muslims and their suicide.
What's up, my people? My name is Adi Shokola.
Why would I now go and marry a Muslim?
And I'm officially on Fanbiz.
If you're so black power and you're black rights,
the official
you
Afrobeats
can be black power
podcast.
and not
So you
hate
can hit
white
me up
people.
on
You're
there
someone
if you
that's
have any
always
questions about
bashing
getting into the music
always
industry,
bashing the white
about the
person.
Afrobeats
How
culture,
can you
and I'll
now
specifically
bash them online
speak to
and
you.
still love
Like I
them?
said, I'm giving free advice on Fanbiz at the moment. So make sure you join Fanbiz and hit me up for more information. I think you can be black power and want
it depends on the way you do it.
I think you can want the betterment of your race and whatever, and still find other people attractive. I think because we're men, I'll be honest, we're useless anyway. We find anybody attractive. Man. She white, green, yellow. She pretty. I like her. That's simple. However, I don't think it affects how passionate you are about your people, how confident you are in your race. I also think it allows the opportunity to educate and inform. If you have a child by, somebody outside of your race, that also puts them in a position where they feel your pain. They understand what you're going through, because now they have, quote unquote, a black child. So whether you're a white lady or a white man, you now have a part of you that's going to face the persecution that other person that you're in love with has faced all their lives. So I think it's okay, but I know that this conversation is raging, and some people find it so hard to be like, oh, you can't be black power.
I mean, for example, like I'm black. Do you understand? But I don't scream
obviously.
And shout.
Nah, man, you look like
people. I don't do that.
Yeah.
I understand the Caucasians. They can be, and we know the colonizers, and I know what I say, but I won't sit here and scream A to Z because I don't know.
Because you've met, and you've also met people outside your race that are fantastic.
And I work with people like that.
Human beings.
But there are people that are just like no, why? And then they're married to one. It's just like.
So what are you saying? It's fake.
Is this fake?
Nah,
what is this?
It has to be fake.
Yeah,
it has to be fake. Or
I side eye.
Whilst you're being the fist up and all that, make it clear to us that, by the way, my husband is, just so you know. Exactly.
Just to let you know.
Don't now just
hide it, because most of them do hide it, and then they see the wedding picture, like, oh, interesting.
It's Edward.
Yeah, very interesting. It's Tom, not Tunde, but it's fine.
Because Tunde, what we've heard is that Tunde and, a lot of people bash us online, man. If you go into Clubhouse, the black man, the African man, it's under some viciousness right now, bro. I'm listening. Listen,
the day of judgment will come.
Oh my God, y'all are haters. We're gonna talk about it. Do you know that they created a Clubhouse room for Davido? All right, we'll get there anyway. It's just ridiculous.
I love it.
But anyway, over to the States, where this year's Golden Globes awards took place virtually in New York and LA simultaneously, with the only people in attendance being the heroes of the last 12 months in the first responders, that is the healthcare workers, firemen, and women, to name a few. Big round of applause to that one. The awards ceremony, hosted by actresses Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, was hit by expected technical difficulties and glitches, and a reported, hear this, 60% drop in viewing figures in comparison to last year's ceremony. I would have thought that the figures would be even higher because we're home, isn't it?
Short attention span.
That's damn. However, the night still celebrated outstanding performances in film and TV, with the biggest winners, in our opinion, here on the Afrobeats podcast, being the late actor Chadwick Boseman for his role in, I think, is Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, British-Ugandan actor Daniel Kaluuya for his role in the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, and of course British-Nigerian actor John Boyega for his role in the BBC miniseries. As you would imagine, our joy is expected, ladies and gentlemen. Both actors are of African and British roots. Picking up the gongs this year for incredible work just continues the trend of not only black talents getting their just dues on the global stage, but Africans flying the flag for their respective countries. In addition to the huge win for the African Kings, a queen and legendary actress Viola Davis stunned with her Golden Globes outfit made from African print and sending the social media world into a frenzy. Now, the award-winning actress is known for celebrating her blackness with a variety of looks regularly, and this outfit on such a huge night is another representation of celebrating her African heritage, and we are here for it, Queen. Now let's talk to me about this Golden Globes. Daniel Kaluuya.
Black people are just gonna win. We're just getting better and better and better and better. Like you just can't. When it comes to black people, I learned we make everything pop. We're cool. Do you know how long Clubhouse was out? Clubhouse has been out before
for a long time, since January. Yeah,
before we jumped on, and it's the black people that made Clubhouse popping.
Absolutely,
we make the trends. We do the TikToks. Our acting is great. We look great. We make good food. We make good music. We just do everything. So looking at Daniel and John, and then being British.
Yeah, just adds, it sprinkles just a little bit more.
And then they're not even like coon British. They're like, I'm from Peckham.
No. Bro, John
from
Boyega.
the street.
Don't play with John Boyega, you
And
know?
I love it.
John
Daniel Kaluuya
Boyega
said, "Oh, shout out to C-Biz, the boy is mine." I know in America they're like, "Huh?
They were like, what's
English?"
that? See?
But we knew with our chest. Take the something out the foil. We know it. Do you know what I mean? I felt so like I just felt happy.
It was good to see.
You don't even need to know, like, personally know them to know that the British, we're being more recognised.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed that they really are recognising us as British people. The talent here. A lot of British people end up going to America.
Especially the black British actors.
Yeah, I've noticed some
British Because they found it difficult to get a lot of roles here.
Yeah,
and they've said it consistently. So they've taken their talents to the United States of America, where the pool is a little bit wider for African American and black people to act.
But what I like is that there's some that have moved to America and you forget that they're actually English. I think it's Sandy Newton. I keep forgetting she's British. But Daniel and John remind you, I'm not from this area, I'm from London.
I'll tell you something funny. Even though I've been a fan of Daniel Kaluuya for a couple of years and I followed him a little bit, I see him on social media and movies and stuff like that. Obviously, Get Out was iconic and all of those things. And then Black Panther. His first actual interview that I watched was the recent one on Breakfast Club. And that interview to me is one of the most entertaining, informative interviews I've seen of anybody in recent time. Not only did he come across incredibly calm, collected, intelligent, he was quick-witted with the jokes.
Honest.
It was honest.
They asked him, why didn't you go? He said, I wasn't invited. They didn't invite me.
When they also asked him one of the most, I think is a banana skin question, which was, as a black British actor, coming into the United States of America and taking on roles of iconic African-American personalities, where the African-Americans have spoken out, the likes of Samuel L. Jackson in the past have spoken out. We need to call out your name, legend. He spoke out against black British actors coming into the States and getting some of these big roles.
But then when you lot doing African films, your dead-ass accents, we have to accept it.
Oh, boom.
It's ridiculous.
Strike.
There'll be bare African films and they'll be getting people to be doing accents and we're like, brother.
That's not authentic, bro.
It's not. And then they're struggling to speak Yoruba. Go and find someone that can speak Yoruba to do it.
And when they asked him this question, they're like, so what are your thoughts about it? And I forget the last person that question was put to. I think probably was Kano on Hot 97, but I stand to be corrected, where he obviously responded with the kind of, vim that I would have responded with, like, yo, you know what? You can go to Blazes, one of them ones there. But Daniel was very calm and he said, you know what I'll do? I'll listen to them. I want to understand why you feel that way.
Problem, yeah.
And I will not be one of those people who understands how much African Americans have been put through over the last couple, for years. I will not add to that by being disrespectful with my comment. And I just step back. I'm like, the brother changed my mind. How about we listen to each other and actually understand where that frustration was coming from? And I'm like, brother, you not only did you change my mind, I'm guessing it changed millions of people's minds too who saw that interview. Yeah. So when we saw him on the Golden Globes night picking up an award, setting it up, this is someone that has been, credited to have done very well in recent times. It's great to see him awarded. And John Boyega, what more can we say? This was the brother that was at the forefront of the Black Lives Matter movement in the UK, speaking largely about the protection of black women and also forfeiting millions of dollars in his Chinese and in the endorsement deal with that brand that took his creative stuff and they put a Chinese actor.
I forgot what it was.
I think it was a kind of like he had like a perfume deal or something like that. He created an advert for it. They took the same advert to China and they recast. They
love disrespecting us, It's very rude.
He canceled his contract. He told them to take the money to Blazers.
Yeah.
He's not with it. Nobody's going to. And to see these people, even though they have, walked a very sensitive line, because we know what happens to people that speak out loudly about supporting black people. Yeah. Sometimes you get blacklisted.
Of course.
And that could be the end of you. So for these guys to get that recognition, I was so excited. Twitter went crazy. The UK responded perfectly. So what about Chadwick Boseman, the late
You know, like most of the time when people pass, I cried.
one was
It pains.
Yeah, that was
I was
painful.
like, you know, you had to actually question God, like, why?
Yeah,
And it's annoying when people start getting, even though he was respected, when people start getting more recognition when they've passed on, it's so painful.
That's the one that I hate.
It's painful.
That's the one I hate. Like,
They
why
start
do
giving
we
them
have
all
to
of this
all
recognition.
Of the flowers? Why do we have to wait? Everybody knew. Like, my thing was this. I found out about that brother one late night. Couldn't sleep, and I was watching Sky Movies, and I saw the James Brown story. And I said, who is this genius?
I love him.
This guy embodied James Brown so much.
I love
and
him.
apparently, that was not the first major story he had
done
played.
before,
He had done, I think he did Jackie Robinson.
That's Jackie Robinson's. That's it.
And I'm like, so what's going on
Why
here?
haven't we heard? And it's only Black Panther that really took him off. And
took
even
him to the
Black,
next-
I watched that 5 times.
No, 5 times. I watched that at least every 3 months.
And I look at him and
That's
I'm
a
just
guarantee.
like, this guy.
Incredible.
Every part he did in Black Panther, the way he walked, the way he talked,
He
his
was
elegance.
majestic, wasn't he? He made Africans feel
He was
proud.
wearing, when he was walking
the Senegalese, he had the Senegalese outfit.
That's my dad.
He made Africans feel proud.
Proud.
And it's rare that,
Very
especially
rare.
when you see someone
There's not
playing
been a
an
film
African.
that any of us have felt proud of. I don't
Even
think
Coming
so.
to America, they were taking the mick.
Yeah,
initially.
I just I look at it as when you know when
Jaffa, they were
yeah,
taking
monkeys.
the mick.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
We don't open our doors and see monkeys on the street. Lions don't jump up with us. Like it's all of that fake here.
Yeah.
But I loved him, and it's a shame that he's now having to receive most of his flowers.
When he died.
Yeah.
That's bad, man.
And they did it a lot, even like music awards when they start doing you know, if someone passes away and they do
then
like,
the whole night, just like I did with Whitney Houston. All of a
Nipsey
sudden
Hussle,
they changed.
everything.
Nipsey picked up a Grammy, all of that after
And
he
I
died.
don't even know if he picked up before that.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
What's the point?
No. Nipsey all of a sudden became an iconic rapper.
But he wasn't an iconic
after he
before.
died.
We know he was a good rapper, but he wasn't classed as an icon.
Yeah,
and now he's gone. He's an iconic. I was like, oh, okay.
They need to start respecting
Giving people their
in
flowers
the-
and stop bigging up the same people. There's people that they've received their flowers. We know they're good. They're fine. But there's loads of musicians and there's loads of people that like someone like Missy
incredible
Elliott. It took us so long, and even now, I still don't think she's still giving
No,
her
Missy,
flowers.
that one is a very touchy subject for me because Missy is one of the rappers that people like myself grew up on. So if we're talking, when we mention Missy Elliott, we're talking about one of the most iconic, not rapper, musician of all time.
And
She
I
could
don't
dance,
think
she could
she's given
sing,
her,
she could
but
rap.
everyone can say, yeah, she's a legend, but I don't think she's
They
been
haven't given
given that recognition.
I'll tell you
yet.
something. A couple of, I think probably like a year ago, Ariana Grande put in her Instagram story, was it Ariana Grande or the other young lady that my dream would be to have a song with Missy Elliott. And social media blew up and Missy was like, really, you know, she was touched. And she doesn't even
And they did a
understand her
song together.
position. Yes.
And I remember all these young cats were
We're
saying that.
what's this?
They said, who's Missy Elliott, this new artist? I said, if you guys don't get your...
Oh, man,
It's
get
a
your
shame.
freak on. Get your freak on.
Like, and you know what? When you go back and start listening to old music, you're like, oh my God.
Nah, man.
Like nostalgia.
You need you need that education. And finally, speaking about the Golden Globes, Queen Viola Davis in the African print with that dark chocolate skin of
love
hers.
Did you watch How to Get Away with Murder?
No,
You need to watch that. And
she's
that
like a
will-
boss, is it?
It's not even that. I can't even.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah,
right?
I can't even give you.
Is it? I need to watch it. Right?
You love her now.
Yeah,
you will love her more. You will think,
What a woman.
yeah,
You can
actress.
tell. No, you can tell she's
An actress.
No, you can tell she's one of those, man. She every role that she plays, she puts everything in it.
Everything. I think she is. I'm just trying to think of the black actresses. I think she is the best female
Currently,
black actress
and
currently.
going the past 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
I
10
can't
years.
put anyone else on her
She's
level.
been powerful. She's been
Yeah.
extremely powerful.
She's just good. And then she's still unapologetically her.
Yeah.
She will go on the red carpet with an afro. She doesn't have to wear weave.
Yes.
She doesn't have to do, like, she just makes you, like, I know who I am. And I love it.
And when I saw the colors of the outfit,
love her.
man, waking up to that, I'm like,
I love
what? That's what everybody wants to. And I think these little things are what continues to really make people more confident.
And that's what I'm saying. It's pushing the younger generation. Is let because this. I know it sounds so cliche, but the younger generation are looking for people that they can relate to and that they can feel comfortable with. Like back in the day, we wouldn't want to have our hair out. We would always wear weave. We do extensions. We do all of this stuff. And really, truly, we shouldn't. We should feel comfortable with the way we are. But because of society and because of the way things are, you rarely would ever see a woman wearing anchor out on the red carpet. You rarely would see a woman wearing an afro doing that because it's not seen as cool. So me as a young girl would be thinking, I remember in my prom, I said I'm going to wear lace for my prom. Everyone wore nice proms. I said, Mum, I'm going to actually wear lace to my prom. And I wore it and everyone loved it. And I was like, yeah, it's not English. It's Africa. It's Nigerian. Absolutely. So because I felt I should do that because we look at our aunties and our mums. They pride.
Elegant.
You go to a wedding. If you're not wearing the lace, you're left out.
No, you're not part of the party.
Even kente, like it's just richness.
Nah,
so seeing celebrities who are not that connected to their real African roots trying to, and wearing it, you're thinking, wow, like if I become famous, I don't have to feel shy to wear Afrobeat or on the red carpet.
Absolutely.
So I love it.
Brilliant. Now, we head over to Nigeria where popular rapper CDQ caught headlines during the week when he took to Twitter to slam industry colleague in Burnaboy for what he claims was disrespect to Nigerian popular footballer Obafemi Martins. Now, CDQ claims Burna Boy's guys were rude to the footballer and should find a way to make amends or else it basically was going to be problems. After that hit social media with blogs picking it up, CDQ later deleted the tweets with an image appearing of him, Burna, and Obafemi Martins chilling together at the club. This image quickly laid any story of beef to rest with rumors of a peace meeting taking place. Now, fast forward to a few days later where a video surfaced and an audio leaked on popular website Pulse in Nigeria showing a bleeding CDQ with the audio where CDQ alleged he was stabbed by Burna's men. Taken to the hospital where he got donated blood to help with all of that. And then he returned to the club for a staged photo op with Burna and Obafemi as a show of unity. Now, since the video and audio were leaked, neither CDQ nor Burna, who is reportedly in the States preparing for a Grammy Award performance in addition to his nomination, have responded to the allegations or story or video. Ayo, when this broke...
Initially, what is the first thing that CDQ said
was that
about Burna doing that to Obafemi Martin?
So
what's that got to do with CDQ?
So what happened? Yeah, well, CDQ is a massive fan of. He's got a good relationship with Obafemi Martins. They're very close. You know that type of stuff. Like that.
If you didn't talk in the first place, none of this would have happened. That's
so
got to do with you.
So basically, you're approving that he should have been attacked.
No. I think if you guys are like street guys. Why are you taking it to Twitter? You know, hood guys in London don't start tweeting. They go to the person's house, innit?
Yeah.
If you guys are all close, you're in that circle or whatever, you should have just called up Burna and said, what happened? On? Yeah. Whether Burna's people allegedly did what they did after, I think it could have been nipped in the bud because you've embarrassed him, you've shamed him, and men don't like being embarrassed or shamed, and especially when they're a big artist, and we kind of know how Burna is as well. So I think you publicly try to embarrass him, and then you realise you're not really on ropes because now look what's happened now. I think they should have just patterned it before, and then he probably wouldn't have been.
But what about the presidency sets within the Afrobeats industry now, where some of our A-list superstars are engaging... allegedly engaging in physical, battles and stuff that really isn't off the culture now and taking it to that almost gangland mode.
I mean, it might be bad for me, but I do say if you chat shit, you get banged. So that's the mantra I walk around like. If I try not to because I have nails, but if you talk, just everyone. Again, I always say we all forget we're human. So there's certain things that we might do, forgetting that we're in the limelight. You can't control your emotions. You have to, and you should, but it can be hard. Whether Burna's people did that, remember. they said Burna's people in it, not Burna.
Guys, not him.
So Burna might not even told them to do it, but their man might have just been ride or dies and be like, oh, you can't chat to a guy. He might not have even done that. I'm not saying he might not have.
That happens.
You know, sometimes
obviously.
On the road, someone just gets involved and now it's going to put Burna in trouble.
That's the whole situation. You have guys in your circle that are ride or dies that
for no reason.
You might not see something as being offensive, but they fly off the handle and be like, yo, my brother, they can't talk to you that way.
Yeah.
Because you, not only do you put food on the table, you're my guy. You understand what I mean? So sometimes I just think that, yes, you know, egos come into play and people start to take things a little bit more seriously than it is. Maybe the story shouldn't have been taken to social media in the first place. That's a suggestion. But the second suggestion is that now this is not an industry that starts and ends in the center of Lagos. Afrobeats is a global brand where whatever happens in Abeokuta, Ibadan, Lagos becomes an international story.
Especially now that we're in the rise now. Yes. So we do have to be careful.
And the spotlight starts getting put on certain people because of the consistent news reports of certain situations. All what you get is that boom, you get blacklisted, and that could affect. You know, we've seen the likes of Skepta on social media saying that artists need to watch, you know, their come-ups. That you wouldn't imagine that things that you were getting involved with could block some of the future, your future blessings. You know, not being able to tour the United States of America, not getting access to travel into Canada. Not all of these type of situations stem from the actions that you probably took because of a 2-second ego and something flew off the handle and it ruins everything. Then taking it to social media as well. You know, we nowadays prosecutions, you know, court cases, people are being prosecuted based on the lyrics of their songs and their social media activities.
That's why drill is such a touchy subject because even some drill artists, they could just be making music and not really relate to it, but they know what the lyrics need to do drill. And then now, let's just say if they got into a crime and then they're being researched and the lawyers and everything, they're gonna now start looking at the lyrics and say, oh, but you said this, so maybe you did do that to that person because in this song you said that. So you do have to be careful with what you say.
In the last 2 weeks, I saw the rapper in I think is in Miami, YMN.
There's too many.
Young YFN Meleli or whatever. Know. This dude allegedly has been in custody for over 2 years. He was on the rise, a superstar rapper.
And there was a video of him singing in the prison cell.
You know, so I think apparently he said on a song that he shot 2 people but his best friends were allegedly shot and killed. And the FBI have pinned it on him. And the basic evidence
was the lyrics
of his song. Words that came out of his mouth and his activities on social media. Boom. You know, and he's looking at life in prison or death penalty.
Is it death penalty?
Yeah, it's cold-blood murder.
Why they still?
They're not playing.
I think the death penalty should only be for rapists. But
but if you take someone's life premeditated, then there might be
a sentence.
I don't, but I think there's an argument for somebody that premeditatedly killed somebody to say, yo, you wanted to take his life, so maybe your life doesn't deserve to be here. So there's an argument for that, even though there's an opportunity for to repent and to change your ways, but based on the actions that you took behind and the thought process behind that, there's always going to be that door open to the arguments to say, yo, if this man's found guilty for actively doing this and purposely taking someone else away from this world, he doesn't deserve the right to live.
And that artist, he was actually becoming quite
big,
and
he was making money, everything. So I just think we need to be very careful within the Afrobeats community, and we need to watch ourselves closely and just think about the future, man. It's we need to, whatever can be handled quietly, let's handle it quietly as men or women, without, getting into a scuffle, because the world's eyes are on us. Imagine. Burna's name was being thrown in the mix, and guess what? He's got a big performance at the Grammys set up.
He's getting that Grammy this year, isn't he?
That's what we're hoping for,
well,
man.
I mean, that's for him to perform, it looks like he's getting
if he picks that Grammy,
That's annoying because
That's
he's
big.
Okay, no comment.
Talk.
I want him to get it, but when he gets it, it's when we can't be friends with him anymore. You know how Burner is. Like, even though we're not friends, but we're friends with him.
No,
we can't be friends with him. But it will be really good, because he deserves it.
Yeah.
But that's it. You man can't book it for nothing. He's gonna be, you're booking me?
Nah.
He can't book me.
No. He ain't gonna do that. He's not gonna do that because he
it'll be
needs
good.
to.
It's not just for him. It's
for
for
the culture.
Yeah, it is.
It's for the culture. It's for
Then I think now-
Two-Faced Dibia. It's for nice.
And I think moving
It's for
forward,
Sack.
yeah, it
it's
is,
for
it
Sack
is.
or their
And
whiskey.
then I think moving forward, they will have to always make sure they get someone Nigerian in the nominations. They're gonna
or
have
someone African pop.
Yeah, sorry, I meant that. Sorry,
Yeah.
someone African Afrobeats
Yeah.
to be nominated. I think
Yeah.
if Burner wins that, they're gonna be like every year.
So
their list
it
needs to
wouldn't be. It won't be some old school African music. and
Yeah.
stuff.
It will be the, like, do you know what I mean?
The young
Wiz should get it
generation.
next. Yemi should get it next. Like,
Yeah,
we
they'll
can
start
Yeah.
putting those people in. So, a lot is riding on this, man. We need Burner to pick up that award and kick the doors down and hopefully, usher in a different, a different generation. But like I
Would
said,
he be the first Afrobeat? He's not. Is he the first Afrobeat artist to have a Grammy?
of course, what's wrong with you? Who else? Who else? He's even the first one to really be in that category hot. Remember, he was nominated a year ago.
Yeah, he was nominated
and was
last
there
year.
with Angela Kidjo, but
she
he
won,
lost
yeah.
out to her.
But before that, no one else.
Nobody else. Even, Nigerian artists, I only think the creatives have been in a position, like people like in the drummer or instrumentalist or
production,
something,
yeah.
but not really like a mainstream guy. Yeah, so
shame.
it's big stuff. But
Yeah.
anyway, we cross borders into Ghana, where the overwhelming news dominator and superstar Shattawale once again hit the news this week.
Oh, we've been talking about him for like 3 weeks in a row.
About a month, if not more.
it is, isn't
Yeah, this time for a back and forth with a producer called MOG Beats. Well, it starts like this. Shattawale apparently shared on social media the names of producers which he respects, omitting MOG Beats, who later responded by claiming he produced 10 songs on Shattawale's Rain album in 2018, and he alleges not to have been paid for it. Well, to which Shattawale responded with screenshots of several transfers to the young producer's account, also saying the songs that were produced were not hits. Well, Shatta fired a number of tweets calling the producer an ingrate and telling his fans that this is an example of why he doesn't like working with producers, as he produces himself, he engineers himself, and mixes and masters his own records too. Shattawale also said on Hits FM that he had been sending money to MOG Beats since 2018, who he claimed came to him for help, as his mother was virtually impaired. However, the producer refused to back down with his claims, leading Shattawale to state on radio that if MOG Beats doesn't apologize for his false accusations, trying to tarnish his name, he will see to it that he puts him on the scrap heap of producers that will not get work again in Ghana.
Is Shattawale releasing an album soon?
Well,
I think this is all PR stuff. I think he wants to stay relevant. What's going? Why does he always?
I
why is he
think
always talking?
I don't think so, man. He engages a lot on social media with a lot of people. He allows himself to be in positions where, once you start talking, you're in a position where other people will start coming for you. And I think because of his nature as well, he loves this type of stuff. But he's definitely not happy about this, because he puts screenshots of transfer payments to the producer. Obviously, that has also put him in another position, because people saying, is that all you paid? For me, people started to ask, and people started to say, this amount of money that you're paying is not enough for this type of situation. And the conversations now come back to what we've spoken about before, not only in Ghana, but in Nigeria and other parts of Africa. Producers always claim not to be getting enough. How do we rectify this? It's deep, isn't it?
It's hard, because it's like, if there's no money, there's no money. But then I think there are a few artists that don't think producers are that big or that important. I think they just see them as, they're just doing a beat, and the real thing of the song is my vocals and what I say. So I think there are some artists that don't take that producer seriously, but they forget that really and truly it's the beat.
Yeah, that makes
it's the beat
record.
that makes it. Jaya Jaya by Wizkid is the best song.
Bang.
That's it. There's no anyone could beat me up tonight. There's no song that will top Jaya Jaya.
Is crazy.
It's my favorite song. And why? Yeah. Because of the bang bang bang. Do you understand? So the beat,
crazy.
The instruments, there's so many things that we can just remember and understand because of the beat.
Yep.
Because of the keyboard, or because of the
guitar,
the
the
flute,
percussion,
just something.
The
lyrics can be, even most Afrobeat songs.
In it for years, the lyrics were terrible. Years.
Was it even Shattawale that did? Shattawale did Freedom.
Yes.
He only says freedom.
Freedom. Bang, bang. Freedom. But
what else does he say?
But it was the beat.
Because of the beat. So I think most artists don't take them and they probably think I'm doing you a favor, so just take that. But we're in a new age. Producers are being big. The producers are being hot. Producers are seeing their worth. Yeah. They're realizing that, you just look at someone like J5. J5 will say, if you see how much that guy charges.
Nah, man. You can't even book him without...
He put in his snap, he said, listen, if you want me to make a song, make sure your music is bigger than the artist I've worked with.
Woo.
I said, yeah.
Deep.
I said,
but what about that, though? Because what happens is sometimes some of these producers also agree to get into the studio with an A-list artist without being charged, thinking that, all right, because it's, a Wizkid or whatever, let me go do it for free. And then maybe the song doesn't pop and you don't get that much money from it. Then you start kicking up and saying, I didn't pay.
Well, that's your business.
Exactly.
But then get everything in writing, even if it's a text or whatever, everything in writing, like no matter what it is, any agreement, contracts are verbal or written down, but it doesn't even have to be a contract. If I've said to you, I'm doing it for free, I'll be like, okay, cool. I'm just typing out that you said you're doing it for free. So if you want to come back to me, we can push out the receipts.
Absolutely.
That's why I like gossip and drama, because there's always receipts. If there's no receipts, we don't believe it. Okay? You can say I cheated. We don't know until we see the receipts. So just be calm. You say I said something, show me the receipts. If you didn't show me, I didn't get it. So if I didn't ask for money and it's there that I said do it for free, I don't want to hear it. Because if you want to go there, I will expose you. And that's it. So
And I think the artist, what about the ownership or the responsibility that the artists also have to take, that once you decide to work with a producer, make sure that the agreement is clear.
I think you should always pay people anyway. I just think, regardless if you can afford them or everyone should get paid for something because it's a service.
Yep.
You've asked me to do something for you, and it's now my decision whether I say I'll do it for free. But you should always have in the mind that you need to pay people, because doing it for free is not going to pay my bills. It's not going to feed me. So you have to really think on that person. Normally, like, I don't pay that person and they're struggling for 4 months at end, but my song is on number 1 in the charts, but I can't even pay my rent. Like, it's just a bit, artists should really have in writing what they want. So if it means that I'm not going to pay you for this song, but you'll get royalties or whatever it is, or I could tell you that my next 5 songs, you will get paid for them. And it's signed, then we can go there. Always, it's a give and take situation.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, man. We head back to the States, the Caribbean to be exact, where Afrobeat superstar Davido went viral. He's a troublemaker.
Oh, God.
After a video of him holding hands with a beautiful lady in St. Martin's lit the blogs. Now, Davido and IG model Maya Yafai,
Young Ma's ex-girlfriend.
seen together at a club instantly caught headlines as blogs speculating Davido was cheating on his girlfriend, Chioma.
Speculating?
Well, would you let me finish the story, please?
I'm sorry.
And stop being a hater. Anyway, Davido, who has continuously professed his love for the mother of his child, to whom he sang the hit record Assurance, Give Me Assurance, didn't respond to social media reports of the alleged affair, and neither did Maya Yafai, who formerly publicly dated rap superstar Young M.A. of the Ooh fame. Well, blogs such as Shade Room to Instablog Naija and all shared the news with comments in their thousands attacking the star for what fans believe to be the shady dealings behind his girlfriend's Chioma's back. It has to be said that neither Davido or Chioma has responded to the news, so it begs the question, are they actually in a relationship? Has he done anything wrong?
First of all, I think all male artists should just be single till they get to a stage of comfortable. Like,
when you know that.
Yeah, I don't think it's by force. You're allowed to be a male artist and be hoeing about and doing your thing. No one's gonna judge you. Like Dave, he's still. How old is he? 27.
He's just 26. Just
he's young.
28.
So
he's a young.
Enjoy your life. Even when we were saying about Bernard last time, enjoy your
That's
life.
it.
You don't have to.
That's
Even
it.
the women as well. Like, you don't have to be in a relationship when you're
Facts.
at that prime because you know you're not someone that can resist temptation. So just enjoy your life. That being said, I thought everyone knew. I don't think they're even together anyway. Chioma and David. I feel like that was knowledge because of the other story about his fourth baby mom.
Yeah, but there's been nothing official, and I think there were.
There's been a lot because I follow all of these Nigerian blogs. She's moved out. All of these. She's moved out time ago. The fourth baby mama, like they're not together. They've unfollowed each other. All of this stuff, like it's all been on there. So that video that we saw. It didn't shock, but I just found it funny that he did it so quickly.
Nah, for me, listen. There was also news that she actually spent some time with him in Nigeria in December.
Yeah.
And flew to Ghana with him. First of all, you know my stance when it comes to the young superstars, Davido, Burnaboy, anybody. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy.
Do you understand what I mean? These guys are young, successful, heavily loaded. Davido is a multi-millionaire. His father is a multi-billionaire. Life is solid.
Why do I want to be settled down
They're
now?
flying around the world. I think maybe because of the fact that he had publicly professed his love for
That's
Chioma
the
in past,
problem.
the record. Do you know that people created a clubhouse room
Yeah, but
where women were threatening to advise Chioma to legally sue Davido for the failure of promise of marriage? I've never heard it before in my life.
That's a good thing. I'm gonna use
I've
that.
never heard that before in my life.
Wait, you can sue someone for the failure.
Yeah, apparently they do it in Canada. That once you've dated somebody and you've lived together for 12 months, they officially are entitled to the same rights that a married couple is entitled to.
You man are really in trouble because I'm actually gonna use that. I'm not gonna lie. That is wow.
You're taking a mic.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I love it. Shout out to the women, man. We know. I love it. I'll do that. I'm not gonna lie. You're wasting my time. You're paying me.
Yeah, for what?
You're wasting my time.
Nah.
Because now she's a young girl with a baby.
Listen, we had a good time. We had a great
So
relationship.
why did you propose to me and why did you pregnate me?
No,
Whatever it is.
listen. The relationship just didn't. It just didn't
out.
work.
Yeah, which is fine. Yeah.
It just didn't work. And besides, there's a young rock star. I don't get it. When people were commenting and attacking and stuff, first of all, I'm thinking to myself, 98% of first of all, the male commenters or whatever are lying. 98% of them. I don't want any male, young 28 millionaire in that comments talking rubbish. Then the women, you don't even understand what's going on.
I think people just would have rather them had an official announcement that they've not been together. I think that's even if it's really and truly, it's not our business.
Even if
think
they
that's
do
what
that, people are
want.
gonna say, "Oh, after everything, people are still
Yeah,
gonna
because
chat."
Davido was doing the most though.
No, he wasn't.
As if this is the first time you've had a girlfriend.
No.
You know how
What's wrong with that?
listen. You know how this
But
industry
women
is.
love that.
The only relationship I know is Adekunle Golosimi. Name other more people. Everyone it's not part of their lifestyle yet, and it's fine. You're a celebrity, you're rich, you're on yachts, you're on private jets, you're around women who will give you everything. Why would I be
For
settle
free.
down? Do you want to know what I would if I was a millionaire at this age? You can't even look at me as a man. Like, now is not the time. I want to enjoy my life and not be tied down. So now that I've got a wife at home, I have to go to the club and sit there like this when there's booties everywhere.
Yo, and these are beautiful women. You see,
Why do I
the
want
young
to-
lady
I've
looks
got money.
amazing. Have you seen the young lady?
Yeah, very pretty. Then when I hit 35, maybe as a man I hit 35 because men, it doesn't matter what age they get married. Women, it's a bit meh, but at a man of 35, then I'll go pick up one of the old girls in my book and say, yeah, let's go. But let me enjoy my life. You see the DMW crew. DMW should just be enjoyment crew. They enjoy. His other friends always have girlfriends and every day, my sister-in-law, listen, we've got a new sister-in-law every week. They enjoy. Why? I think it's the Nigerian as well that were always tied down to marriage and things like that.
Everybody putting so much pressure
I
on him.
think it's
I was
just
like,
the Nigerian in them to be pressured to get married. But Davido,
take your time. Take your time. Enjoy. Because me, when I saw it, and everybody was like, raw, Shade Room went crazy.
That didn't shock. It's because don't mind the Shade Room. They don't really think that goes in Afrobeats. They don't know that all of these men have bare wives.
You know the funny thing? I now saw a top comment by the young lady that had said something about that claimed to have had a relationship with Burnaboy. She said, the day we learn to leave Nigerian men alone. I beg you, please.
Because you're not from Nigeria, we didn't ask you to come and take our men anyway. This is what we have. People come and take our men and then they start talking rubbish. Why don't you have your East African man?
You're hating. Now you're hating.
No, because listen, don't come and take our men and then complain. Let us deal with them.
No, we go there. It's the men. Listen, we are the ones that go there. But listen, I'll be honest with you. We are the ones that go there. Because East African, Southern African
women. They only have bum, and that's what you want. Bum is not going to look after your kids. Yeah, Bum is not going to clean the house. Let me find out. Bum is not going to make you good stew.
Who said so?
Bum.
Let me find out first. That's the thing. We want to find out what's happening with that bum.
About day we leave Nigerian men. I should have reported that because I saw it as well. Who asked you?
The day we leave Nigeria, we let her. I said, what?
I saw everyone saw that. Angry. Who do you think you are? What? Because Burner didn't wife you. Now, we can leave Nigerian men alone.
But apparently there's, I don't know this, but there seems to be some kind of like perception around Nigerian men.
Oh, no, they're terrible. Nigerian men are ridiculous, but I can only marry a Nigerian person. But they are ridiculous. You just look at them. What's your problem?
Why are people hating?
But what's your problem?
About what? What exactly is the problem? What exactly is the problem with a Nigerian man? What?
How long is this?
You need to talk.
How long do I film it for?
Listen,
yeah. It's just we've seen experiences.
Of what?
We can start from the old generation. They're married to husbands who go back to Nigeria on business. We never hear from them again. When we see them in Nigeria, they've got another wife. Oh, I've got business. What's the business you're doing in Nigeria? What is it? Selling palm wine. What is the business that you've left your family here in Nigeria? Then the guys in our generation, they just cheat and they lie. Where are you? I'm in bed. I can see your snap. You're not in bed. I had someone that I was talking to, and we had mutuals, but I didn't care for him like that. Oh, what are you doing? I'm just chilling. I'll call you in a bit. I could see on someone's snap that you're at a party. So just say that you're at a party. I just asked where you are. I didn't ask I want to see you. Like, they just naturally lie. Like,
because you guys kind of make us feel like, you when you ask the question, it's almost like man's got to pattern up now. He's got to play goody-goody.
No, you don't have to be goody-goody. Just don't lie. You just pattern up.
And say, I'm just hanging around a couple girls here and just clubbing with some girls.
If you want to do that, that's fine. But if you see me sapping with boys the next day, don't come and cry to me. Listen, my way in relate, do what you like, innit? Do what you like. But if I do the same, I don't want to hear noise. Do what you like. You're allowed to go to the party. You're allowed to do whatever, but don't lie. Like, be honest. Don't cheat. I'm 26. Anyone my age and above still cheats in a significant other is ridiculous. I don't think.
As a boy?
I think...
man, 26-year-old, you're not ready. Bro, you're not stable yet. 26-year-old guy.
But you had all of university and college to do that.
A lot of guys were... Listen, I was struggling at uni, man. What are you talking about?
Struggling for what? Finding women?
I didn't have that much... Yeah.
Were you bold in uni?
I was cool. I was just as sexy as I am right now. You get me?
That's what I'm saying.
But I'll be honest with you, it was a lot of struggles. You had to have money in your pocket.
But remember, you came from Nigeria, so you might have been a freshie.
No.
Did you wear flared jeans?
I went to uni in Nigeria. I had my own car.
Did you wear flared trousers?
I had a flat. Listen.
It doesn't matter. What were you wearing?
I was wearing...
flared trousers and shoes.
No. Listen, I was the epitome of male chocolate. You don't even want to know. I was on top of the game, bro. Don't be... So listen, a lot of guys struggle. You don't know that. They just be acting like, uni was, man was just riding it out. They weren't. We were just 1 or 2, 3 things, maybe 1, 2 relationships. Maybe it wasn't like that. It was until your hands actually touch a little bit of paper. You have a little bit more independence. That's when the brother...
You can't date broke. I'm sorry. It's not... What's the point?
You see, that's the thing.
What's the point though? Why would I date someone that's broke?
Y'all are attracted to a comfortable, confident man who's got money in his pocket. Unfortunately, he's just found his way, so he wants to date a little bit more than one.
Which is fine.
That's the thing.
But then don't wife someone and then cheat. This is what I'm saying. You can be a hoe, you can go up and down, you can turn up, but don't have a solidified relationship with someone if you know you're out there. You can say you're a link, you're a B, you're that. Not. But don't make something official with someone when you know your eyes are on the roads.
You don't know your eyes on the road until it hits the road. Do you understand?
I think we need to do Bible study tonight. Gosh.
Well, over to South Africa, where controversial relationship between Gom singer Babes Wodumo and her lover Mapincha caught the headlines again this past week. Now, the Wololo singer was given an interview in South Africa on a popular podcast about mishandling the finances she made from the monster hit record a couple of years ago, as she felt she was too young and inexperienced at the time when suddenly her phone starts ringing and it was said to be her partner Mapincha. Mapincha had allegedly called several times to check if Babe Wodumo was at the said interview and allegedly asked her to FaceTime him to prove she was there. Now, this instantly caused a stir as the couple had been through a public domestic abuse case, as it was seen on her Instagram Live years ago, where Mapincha hits the singer multiple times. Once these recent calls from Mapincha were heard by the public, fans took to social media to once again raise an alarm to what they deem to be actions of an abusive partner whom they hope the singer will one day leave for good. This is they've been in an abusive relationship in the past. You know, it was public to the eyes. People really, really spoke out on her behalf. She somehow found her way back into his arms, and they claim to have worked through it. But during a recent interview, he started ringing her and asking if she was at the interview, FaceTime me, let me see if you're actually there, all of that stuff. So that raised alarms. Your thoughts?
It's very hard to talk on domestic violence because you won't know until you're in that situation. And I think a lot of women are, is the word desensitized? I think that's the word. When you're in abuse, even if you're a man, child or woman, when you're in abuse and you
find a way to cope with it
and you don't see what's happening is wrong, you just end up not thinking what's wrong. It's just randomly. I was watching old episodes of EastEnders and it was the situation, I don't know if you watched it, but it was when like Whitney was dating Bianca's husband, but he was like at 30 and she was 12, and she didn't understand that this was abuse, it was rape, it was any of that, and they kept saying you were raped, and she was sitting there thinking, no, he loves me, he said he's gonna do this, he's gonna do this, and she did not understand. They were saying the guy is 30, nearly 40 and you're 12, and she just didn't get it because she lost her dad, so a new man came along, gave her everything she needed, looked after and gave her, so she feels okay, this is what I want. So some women, when they might have taken long to find the person they love, and then they met the person they love, and then he gives you everything, and then they turn into that psychopathic way. And most abusers tend to say, but I gave you this, I did this, I gave you that. There's another documentary on Netflix called Free Girls, and it was about the men in Rochdale who did like this trafficking. And I was watching it, and the man kept saying, but I gave you free kebab, I gave you free chips.
In the documentary?
Yeah, it was a what do you call it?
Reenactment.
And what it was, they owned a chicken shop.
Yeah,
so the little girls go in
come
and eat. And the man would be, and he was like, can I have sex with you? He said no. And he was like, but I gave you free chips, I gave you free kebab, I did this for you. So she's thinking, oh, okay, let me do it because we got free chips and kebab. And this was going on for 4 years, and people were like, why? And they were like, because they didn't get that type of security in their environment, these grown men are giving them free chips, kebab, and so that means we have to sleep with them. So I think when women get it, or men or women get into abusive relationship and they don't see their self-worth and someone's giving them everything they think is good, they don't know how to come out of it, because she might have now left that relationship when she did, realised that she can't do nothing about it, and she can't progress because it's hard, because you need therapy. You need therapy. The person's come back and they're doing the same thing. So maybe him calling her and checking her, she might think that's normal. But us sitting here thinking that's not normal. Yeah. So it's hard, and it's very, and I do think people should not criticize too much because
it's a sensitive topic.
You will not know unless you're in that situation. You will never know how it is to be abused unless you're in that situation.
On that note, we'll leave that and head back to Lagos, Nigeria, where one of my favorite rising stars and singer Oxlade of the
I love him.
Yeah, caught the headlines for making claims on his Instagram story. The singer said he was struggling to find love in Nigeria, where he feels everyone sleeps.
He's only 21.
With everyone. There's no love in Lagos, as everyone gets off with everyone. What says you?
Well, first of all, Oxlade, you're born at 97, so make your music.
Come on, man. Yeah. The brother's looking for love. He sings, he's a very romantic guy. Exactly. So he's a romantic
If you're
guy.
my age, Oxlade, you know me, I would.
Right.
Call me
But he doesn't have that much faith in women in Lagos.
Well, everyone always said, nobody ever has faith in relationships when they've gone through a heartbreak. Everyone always says that, I was heartbroken. The right person will come when it's the right time. Now is not the time for him to be in a relationship because he is...
Oxlade.
So let's not.
He's about to
We
go.
don't want you to be in a relationship.
We need you to be singing heartbreak songs.
So we can be touching you when you're on stage. We don't need that.
But if we were touching a girl on stage, do you know how much trouble we'll get into?
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, please.
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm listening.
I think obviously people say things. He's probably seen things, which is why he's saying that. And we know not just Afrobeats, but in industries back in the day, women had to sleep to kind of get to where they need to. And it's facts. Everyone knows that some artists will tell you, I had to do this, or when they got to a signing, a manager will tell them, well, you need to do this for me. So it is common knowledge, and I'm not going to target just the Afrobeat scene. Every industry, film, music.
That's why the Me Too.
What's his name again? I don't want to say his name, but
what's his name?
Epstein? No, it's not Epstein.
No, it's not.
Whatever his name is, you don't need to say his name.
Weinstein.
Harvey Weinstein. People were saying that he would do an audition in a hotel room and you would have to do this before I gave you a role. And he was...
Them man there were just...
Because they had so much power. They had so much power.
He was moving mad.
How can you do an audition in your room?
There was a video that went viral that a young lady recorded of him.
Really?
Yeah. That was ultimately the final thing.
I think, actually.
Record, bro, this man...
Because they know he owned one of the biggest
film
So it's like, because you want that big break and you're desperate for that break, you're thinking, let me just do it. And then what a lot of men do, they can be like, she did it with me. Then you start getting passed on.
Like, what's wrong with you?
Do you know what I mean? So I think a lot, especially if everyone wants to be a musician, they're hustling.
I know
they see it.
A female musician that someone, said that to, that, that person, I slept with her.
Yeah,
so what's wrong with you?
Yeah. It's and the fact...
And that could be a lie.
Oh,
that's
it could
what
be
I was thinking. Like that, I was just thinking
that girl
that
really.
Could be, that could be a lie.
Yeah,
and it could be that just to lure you into making that. And I'm like, yo.
When musicians say that, it's because they've seen things. So that's probably, and because he's quite young and he's growing up and looking in the industry, he's probably seen things
traumatized.
He's probably seen things that he didn't.
Don't worry,
know.
come London, South London
need
girls.
South London.
You have to be South London, bro.
Don't let them come and jump you.
Why?
Why are you going to say South London girls?
They're the nice ones in London, man. Why? South London's, that's where the most beautiful girls in London are.
I thought you meant to sleep with them.
No, you
come to the East London, to the Essex babes need ya.
Oh, yeah, please,
man. Essex babes need
White
ya.
stiletto.
Oh, God.
Now, back to the USA, where this week, rapper and mogul Jay-Z sealed 2 different deals. First being a sale of the half of his stake in the champagne Ace of Spades for an undisclosed amount, reported to be in the hundreds of millions. To the second being the sale of his stake in Tidal to a tune of $300 million. He sold that to, I think, former founder of Twitter. Yeah. The rapper continues to be the symbol of a musician who has risen to billionaire status, making smart business choices along the way. The rapper who once owned Rockaware and the New Jersey Nets, to name a few of his successful endeavors, continues to maneuver with grace and picking up huge checks along the way. Another huge congratulations. What can we learn from this brother?
Is there going to be a day where the bank says there's just too much money? You can't put any more money. I feel like a bank can say, hello, sir, there's just a bit too much money coming in. It's too much. I'm so happy for him, but there's just too... I don't... he cannot work anymore. It's just so much money.
And the funny thing is, when he makes these deals...
Very smart deals.
In the past, he's about to make another huge deal.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So once you see him pivot like this, is looking to take all his chips and put it somewhere else.
I really wish more musicians will be like that. I feel like if Biggie was here, Biggie will probably be like that as well.
Yes, because when you watch a documentary on Netflix,
Yeah.
it showed that he had an
business,
eye.
they said
for
in
something.
the beginning. I think he would have been like that. Tupac would have been an actor, but I think
Yeah,
Biggie would have been like a
Tupac,
Jay-Z. I just think that it's so good that he's really just showing that everyone's knowing that there's in any type of career you have to do more than one thing.
Yep.
Nothing's gonna last forever. The pandemic has shown us that you have to be more than a musician. As a goes open up a paint business.
Yeah.
You can humble yourself and open up more avenues.
stuff.
And think of they say seven incomes is like a millionaire.
Absolutely.
Think of more than one income, and he's just killing it. He doesn't even need to release music ever again.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he's never gonna go broke. And if he does, he can live off Beyonce.
And his wife is $500 million deep.
And then Blue Ivy's gonna be richer than all of us. Do you know what I mean?
Blue Ivy, by the time she's 21, she's on to about 200 million. Easy.
If she's not even on that now. Do you know what I mean? So it's good to see, like, again, role model that he's showing all these other rappers that are not out there anymore because of whatever reason.
And buying chains and stuff.
How many chains do we ever see on Jay-Z in this line from Jay-Z? Back in the day when he was on the street, but now you just know that the suit, you know the suit might be a mill, but there's no
it's
flash.
corporate
So
up.
I think more of these artists and the Afrobeats industry should look at this as well, thinking of different ways to really make sure the money doesn't run out.
Yeah.
Because
Pivot
the pandemic has shown us
leverage
that money
on
can run out.
your, on your celebrity status.
Go back
and
to
your star
school.
power.
Go back to school. Do a course. Do something. Just there's a lot of
Swiss
time.
Beats went back to Harvard.
Go back to school. A lot of American singers. Copy just announced today she's going to Oxford.
Yeah.
So a lot of artists go back to school, learn things,
Yeah.
try and make money from it. I think it's good.
Simple. And before we finish, over to our brand new segment where we share with our audience and listeners our suggestions in music, film, or otherwise for them to go check out. My suggestion this week will be simply Coming to America 2. I haven't seen it yet. It's out on Amazon Movies. Eddie Murphy reprising his role of Hakeem after 30 years of the first classic movie Coming to America. This has Davido in there performing Assurance at the end of the movie, which is another...
Oh, is he?
He was performing Assurance at the end of the movie.
Oh.
Which is a huge...
You might want us Nigerians everywhere. You have to put our price up.
So now you're okay with a Nigerian man, obviously, because my man...
I said I'm going to marry a Nigerian person. They're just full of...
Why wouldn't you consider someone from a different community?
Me personally, I just like my own.
Because you're too Nigerian
am.
You think nobody else will get
no,
you.
They can get me if they want.
Yeah.
But I just think I can just relate. I don't want to learn another language. I don't want you to tell me you don't want pounded jam. You want something from your own country.
But you're a chef anyway.
Yeah,
you can do anything.
Oh, thank God. I just like my people. Maybe I might hit to the Ghanaians. I don't know, but
Ghana is close.
I just like my
Ghana.
people.
I think Ghana, Cameroon, it's very, very similar culture. Languages might be slightly different, but it's the same thing.
I just like my people. It's just there.
Your people are loud,
Why
proud.
didn't you marry someone that was a Nigerian?
I would listen. I'll be honest with you. I was open to anything.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
I'm
as
open to
long
everything,
as
but my environment.
that person is willing to learn.
I think it's part of your environment though. If you're around certain people, because I've always really been around Nigerians, so people, I wasn't really around Caribbeans.
Where
like
your
that.
auntie will be like, which one is this one that Ayo has brought to this place that
but
doesn't
now,
understand?
no one can talk to me. They'll be like, oh, I knew it. I knew Ayo brought someone that's not Nigerian. If I brought Jamaican, they'll be like, oh, I knew it. Why am I shocked? Yeah, I'm not shocked. But just make sure you wear your ashoke on your wedding. I don't care. Make sure he bends down.
So do you have any suggestion that you'd like us to check out? Music, film, fashion, documentary? Anything that caught your eye recently?
What's caught my eye? I've been working. I can't lie. I've been working.
Yeah, I see. You
I've been
picking
working.
up the
So
bag.
I haven't been...
But I also wanted to ask, maybe this would probably be a segment that you could 1 minute just talk us through a dish of the week. What have you made this week that was just out of
I ordered a lot of McDonald's this week.
What?
I'm joking.
You?
No, my dad bought me McDonald's today. To be fair, I've been working. I've been work mode, so I haven't really been doing other stuff.
That's good.
I've been work mode. But I mean, listen, everyone learn how to cook. I think that's a good life skill that people need to have. Learn how to cook, follow my page, and learn different ideas. Learn food outside of your own country. I don't really cook Nigerian food too much. I love making oxtail. I love making Chinese food. I love making Indian food. So let's open our palettes and learn how to make other things. Learn another language.
Yeah, so you can make other food from Asia and other parts of Africa and whatever, but you're not ready to take them in. Please.
I didn't know this was called
Absolutely.
Drag Ayo
It's
Podcast.
just ridiculous. Anyway, finally, we're going to end on the story that's been big over the last couple of weeks here in the UK, where is it okay to call her a former royal? Meghan Markle.
Did she really class as a royal? To be fair,
She's married to the prince. She's married to the prince. She's moved to LA and the United States of America. Her and Prince Harry have ditched the royal duties and decided to set up shop in the United States of America. Started to, enjoy the fruits of their popularity. Signed deals with, I think, Netflix or whatever it is.
I think it's Netflix and Disney.
Netflix and Disney. About to start going into production or whatever. But the news has been that they, as a couple, gave a tell-all interview with the Queen of Television in the United States of America in Oprah Winfrey, where snippets of the interview have been released. The one that I saw being where Oprah said this is going to be a tell-all interview where no questions are embargoed and you're going to have to answer whatever question. And I'm thinking, yikes.
I don't think that's true, though.
I looked at Harry in that clip and he looked to me like he must have been thinking, the hell did I get?
Yeah, I don't. We have to be really realistic. It's not gonna be what we think it's gonna be. They're not gonna sit here and say this happens on. They're not. They cannot, and it will not happen because. Let me not start doing slander or defamation. Okay. But it won't.
All right. Now the conversations are around the minute when the news was released that they had granted a tell-all interview with Oprah Winfrey. All of a sudden, news leaked here in the UK that apparently, allegedly, members of her staff in the past had complained of bullying by her, and emails had been sent allegedly within the royal household. They've actually released a statement that it will be investigated a little bit better. However, the notion, particularly within the black community, is that this lady is under attack because she's black.
That's it. There's nothing else. The thing is, because we're black, but she's mixed race. Do you understand? But when it comes to British
she's black
people,
too.
But when it comes to British people, the moment you have it, they don't care whether you're. Because I would say she's mixed race. She's not. She's a quarter. Like she's not even.
She's having that. Her mother's black.
Is her mum black or mixed race?
Black.
Black. Do you understand? Yeah. But she's very fair skinned.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter to the British public. You're black. So we know it. We can sit here talk about it. We're not respected. As a black woman, we're not respected. We're not rated. Anything, we smile too much. We're too proud. We're this, we're that. So it's, how dare this person take our son, Harry, and then take him to another country? Who does she think she is?
He's left the royal duties too. He ditched the family.
Even if that was his decision, they're not even going to say it's Harry. They're going to say Meghan hypnotized him. There's going to be all these stories. She hypnotized him. If they know about Juju, she put Juju on him. All of this stuff just to show that it's not Harry, it's her because she's black. There's nothing else. Because you look at, we want to go into the monarchy. We look at all of the things people have done. Nobody drags them. There's a paedophile in the monarchy. Allegedly.
Yeah.
I'm saying allegedly for purposes. But there's in that. And nobody's questioning him. You know? We look at someone like, is it Charles or whatever? There's allegedly cheating scandals.
Yeah.
No one's saying
that's not against the law.
But it's immoral. But it's not against the law what Harry's doing, but they're all jumping on him. It's not against the law what Meghan's doing, but they're jumping on him.
He's resigned from his official birthright duties.
Is that illegal?
Well, this is probably one of the first times that it's ever happened. So obviously...
There's so many things going on in the monarchy.
I know.
And they don't get called out on it.
But how is she going to be protected?
I mean, staying in America was the best thing.
Absolutely.
I think that is the biggest thing because if she stayed here... we don't want to say what could have happened because his mum's not here, so that's all I'm going to say. Do you understand?
And he also spoke about his mental health.
Yeah, I'm happy they moved to America. Yeah.
where America is desperate for a royal family.
But
And
they're
they've got
gonna
one now.
But they're
They've
gonna
got one
protect
now.
her. Oh yeah, they love. There's areas in America they love royalists.
No, they love it.
What's there to love? They just think we just drink tea and crumpets and we pray to the Queen. Do you know what I mean? It's the good move that she's moved.
Yeah.
I think she should be used to everything that's been going on in the news and that. So anything that comes from it, I don't think she should take it. Obviously, I'm not her.
It's tough.
I don't think
Because she's
she
been
can
facing
really...
the criticism for
But
quite some
because
time.
she's been facing it for a long time.
Remember when they had the baby? There was a journalist, the broadcaster.
That uploaded a picture of a monkey. Yeah. And that is allowed. Piers Morgan's every day is jumping at her.
Yeah,
the whole
apparently
earring situation. Did you hear about that earring situation?
No, what was that?
She got gifted an earring by someone else
from Saudi Arabia,
and
and then they're
blood
saying
diamond or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
But they're like, but look at all the jewels and that's in the. Do you know what I mean? That's been stolen.
from Africa. Nobody's complaining about that.
Do you understand? I look at,
Piers Morgan is onto her for
I
apparently.
think they used to go out.
Yeah.
I think there's something
Because
more
he
to
said
it.
they were really close, and she ditched him the minute she found, and nobody's actually pressed him further. I was watching this morning.
People press him on Twitter. They
No,
do press
but
him.
I was watching this morning a
Yeah.
couple of days ago, and he said the same story and said, "Oh, we were really close, and all of a sudden she ditched." And she moved on, and she just changed in 2 years.
So what's that got to do?
And the people in the room didn't say, but Pierce, she probably had the right to change her friends. Is there anything even a little bit more intimate? Did you guys date?
I think they did because he every day without fail he has something to say.
No, he's not happy with her, bro. He's not happy.
And I hope it comes out in the open. Maybe Meghan will say what the issue is between them two because it's just
or maybe he asked her out.
So I'm very sure so many people rejected him. Look at him.
He's a millionaire.
So he's not a nice person. I won't say he's not a nice person because he does say things that we like. When he's coming to cuss out the government, he lets the government know
what's going on.
I appreciate that, but I just think he's putting too much effort into somebody that
shouldn't care. It's not his business.
It's just not that deep. Like, the woman is going through so much because she's black. There's nothing else. Because if Kate Middleton's name was aggressive and rude, they won't say nothing. They'll say she's confident. She's carrying the monarchy on her back. She's showing what a strong woman is. That's what they'll do. But with Meghan, she's aggressive. Uppity was used back in the day when white people would see black people and think they shouldn't be posh. When they are rich black people. So they used to call black people uppity.
That you were trying to act like.
So it's a negative connotation. But Eamon Holmes called her uppity. Said she's an uppity woman.
Wow.
Of course she's uppity. She's in the royal family.
No, with Eamon, I'll be honest with you, man. With Eamon Holmes, a Manchester United fan, I'm hugely disappointed in him. The way he spoke about her, and I believe Lewis Hamilton as well. On radio once.
Did he?
Yes, man. And I just said,
no. We complain about men.
This
don't
guy.
Defend us.
But I was like, what's this guy?
You're black. You don't defend us. You either defend or don't say anything.
No, Eamon Holmes was terrible about Lewis Hamilton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I just thought to myself, like, what's going on?
What is it? But then when Lewis Hamilton be winning all of these things, he's a British icon.
No, trust me, they're not. If we go down, they're not happy. They just don't have a choice.
They don't have a choice.
Because my man was kneeling down, NSAS, Black Power, on the podium.
We have to rub our blackness in people's faces.
Come on.
I don't care what anyone says.
As
long as we live, we're rubbing it in because black is who we are.
Facts.
Black is our culture. Black is it's in our blood. It's everything. Everything we do is black. So you gotta like it or lump it. And if you want to lump it, I don't want to hear it. Let Meghan enjoy her life. She had a miscarriage, and people were laughing at her.
No, people are
saying she deserved it.
People are crazy, man. Social media, don't mind people on social media, man. Do they know what a
do you know what a
miscarriage
is? But then even social media, you got people like the Daily Mail and all them stuff that are encouraging it. It's just like, again, she's human. If she now commits suicide next week, where do we go from there?
Well, people will storm.
They'll probably lie and say it was a drug overdose.
Oh, man, this girl will get us in trouble. Anyway, on that note, we finish this episode of Shattawale Live, the official Afrobeats podcast here at the Afro Media Studios. It's the same place, same time. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We appreciate it. And big shout outs to the entire team, Sheyi, Kola, and my guest who also works in the background, the PR executive and super duper chef, Ayo Maurice, thank you very much for coming in, my sister. I appreciate you. Anyway,
Thank you.
I'll find you a Nigerian brother. But until next time, peace. No, a Ghanaian brother will be better. Peace and out.
Right. Right. Right.